Good evening. Thanks for being here on a beautiful spring day. What a distraction to be here instead of outside, but thanks for being here. I'm Joe Trumpey. I'm faculty at the Stamp School of Art and Design, also PITE and SEAS. I also direct the Sustainable Living Experience, which is our first year undergraduate living learning community over in Oxford Houses. I'm a maker at heart. I'm also still a Boy Scout at heart. As a kid, I grew up a Scout in the 70s. And experienced a really dirty environment as a city kid inside just inside the city limits of Indianapolis. My Eagle Scout project, I wanted to partner with the Indianapolis Museum of Art, had grand ideas of helping build a giant sculpture or put things in or something, and in the end, I ended up getting a team of folks together to clean out a backlot area of about 10.5 acres and plant some trees. So, from my youth, it's been a lot of cleanup and digging in and planting and trying to make things better. And that's always helped me frame my practice as a creative of making stuff, of what can I do kind of in the trenches, bottom up, and find those sweet spots in the system where I can make a difference. I can clean out a back area of the art museum and get things to work. So social modeling is a big part of what I do. Proof of concept is what I do. Finding those soft spots in the system is where I like to work. So I spent a long time designing and building our home. I've lived off the grid now for 10 years. We're in Jackson County because the soft spots weren't so soft in Washtenaw County. I had to cross the county line to be able to do this. We haven't burned a gram of fossil fuel to heat our home, our water, or cook our food in almost 9 years now. So lots of lessons learned about carbon neutrality and our homestead. Also growing about 50 to 60% of all of our food over the last 25 years. So again, kind of bottom up, looking for changes in practice, that social modeling again, and how to help encourage other communities. So I spend a lot of my creative practice, I lecture at the Chelsea Public Library. Right now I'm helping 3 folks really figure out how to get their local building authority to approve tiny little straw bale buildings, how to get solar panels past code in certain areas, as well as helping figure out just simple things of farming problem solving, which I love. So a lot of my networks are actually farmers. So there you can see that's our solar array there. It's a dual axis tracking array of a 4 kilowatt array. I've designed the place to be all easy access things you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever. So transitioning some of that work on campus of how do we move home communities, so home is important, home community is important, finding and empowering groups of people and certainly working with groups of students is a highly empowering thing, getting them to do things they haven't done before, learning how to use circular saws and tools and work outdoors is incredibly empowering. So these are 2 buildings that I've designed and each of those were built in the period of about a month each. The upper left one is up at the biostation. So kind of the first student-built permanent building on campus in more than 120 years. And also has a little 1 kilowatt off-grid system. And then this building opened up this past year out at the campus farm. And again, kind of the first permanent student-built off-grid natural building on campus. So looking for those sweet spots. Appropriate technologies, also in some of my other teaching and community engagement here. I taught a field-based course for over 20 years now. We've partnered with national parks. Again, the Boy Scout and me doing service work, and a lot of that has pivoted into design build work. So kind of 2 current projects I have ongoing are improved cook stove construction design and ceramic water filter design build. So you can see projects in Tanzania, Gabon, that filter project's in Gabon. I've got a team heading into Nepal this summer. Also working nearby to empower communities. This is Teresa Landrum, who folks from SEAS also works with over in 48217. So certainly getting a team of students to work together on a mural project isn't that difficult, but getting them to understand and empathize and work with a community and tell their story and learn their story is highly critical and important for their own development. So one of our benchmarks for faculty here tonight was to show our regular courses and the groups and co-curricular things that we each do. So there's a list of my courses. I'm happy to continue conversations in any way possible. Thanks.